Salute, 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 salutations, salutations. Top of the day, top of the day. Hope everybody feel blessed, everybody feel good and everything. We woke up this morning, ate, what I mean? Some of us might have worked out, did other things, but we here, we alive, we functioning, so we blessed for that, what I mean? I know it's been a couple of days since I ain't been on, so I ain't want people to think, maybe Mel might disappear for a little while again or nothing like that. Nah, it ain't that. I'm here, it's just that I ain't even gonna hold you. The last couple of days, I did back-to-back doubles, you know what I'm saying? So then I was mad tired. Times that I wanted to make videos, I was tired and everything. I did the videos, but I really didn't like it because I was real tired and everything. So I just deleted it and just gave myself a day or two extra, you know what I'm saying? To be able to, present what I'm about to present today. So, after that series, which it really didn't finish, it really didn't end, this story right here is actually in addition to that because, it's still, about my life as Brim, you know what I'm saying, after the situation, what I was supposed to have, my hood supposed to have got shut down, I supposed to have got faded or whatever happened, right? Which we already know the backstory of that since y'all been following the series. So a lot of people been asking me, well, Mel Kross, when you got good with back with NYBBA and and everything like that, when you was home and everything, why did you open up the Bentley? Why did you open up East Homicide Brims as opposed to reopening Outlaw 20? So we're gonna explain that, we're gonna get to that, but before that, we're gonna do the intro. And yeah, it ain't gonna be no long 5 minute, 10 minute, what I'm saying, before the introduction, because I know y'all been killing me in the comments, man. But salute, man. I love y'all, man. Thanks for tuning in. One. Thank you for tuning in to Kross TV Network. You already know that's Kross with a K. I appreciate everybody that's here. Y'all tuned in. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me. So I definitely appreciate the love and the support. And I definitely don't waste your time. Y'all know I done spent over 25 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to be proud of. And I wasted a lot of time here on the streets. You know what I'm saying? My life that led me up to there. You know what I'm saying? So out now, it's about redemption, doing right, man. Person getting older is about, for the future, man, retirement, being well for the time when I'm able to work and all that no more. You know how we do this thing. The real is back, but you know that we ain't going nowhere. Like I said, a lot of people was asking me, like, yo, Mel Kross, you know what I'm saying, you should break down the reason why you reopened East Homicide Brim as opposed to Outlaw 20, which is your birth, which is the food that you made and everything, right? So a lot of people that don't know, when I made Outlaw 20, one of the reasons why I made Outlaw 20 or accepted the name Outlaw 20, because it was going to be East Coast Mafia Brims, but one of the reasons why I named it, when Pee-wee introduced it, I'm like, it made sense to me because, I copped out the 20 years for banging while I was, I was on work with these when I caught my case, which was a murder and attempt murder. And then while I was on the island, I had 5 more jail cases. So all them cases together, I copped out the 20 years, but then I had, I was on parole. I was on, because I was on work with these. So more time was thrown on the back. So me taking Outlaw 20 was because 20 represented the time I got for banging outlaws, which is renegades, the things that we was doing, because we was going against the tradition of what was going on over here. Because over here in New York, prior to the Brim Army, the Stone Nation, the Apes, prior to, all this going on, we all was under one banner. It was only 13 hoods. We was all under UBN. Once OG Mac went home, and the OGs felt like, well, we don't want no one-man rule. We're not going to pick just one person that's going to run it. So we're going to form a council. So in the process of them forming a council, you know, it was just people that they had question marks against, that they would feel like it was going to go against it, or it's going to be a problem, or we need to replace them, and that's what they was doing. But as y'all know, we stood up and formed the Brim Army. You know what I'm saying? Unbeknownst to our big homie Lacey, because he didn't even know that we was doing that. And the reason why we was doing that, because all the other big homies was conspiring to fade him. So we had to stand up for him, because like I said, he never wrote us. He, you know what I'm saying, he was never in contact with us. You know what I'm saying? You know, like he never did none of that. So, you know, everything that when it come to Brim, we did on our own. You know what I'm saying? We represented our own. We knew what to do, and we knew what we stood for. And it was very few of us at the time. You know what I'm saying? We was on one sound, one beat. So that's why I chose the name. And then to find out that, you know, that there was actually a hood out there on the West Coast called Outlaw 20. But the thing is, you got the Outlaws and you got the Rolling 20s. And, you know, I always had the mind frame to reach out to them, you know, one day, you know, and make it right. And even though I ain't get to reach out to the Outlaws, I was able to tap in with Mad Ronald. You know, me and him got a real good rapport, and he respect everything, and you know, I'm gonna just leave that at that, you know. But moving on. So when the time when I was going through what I was going through, and my hood was labeled, we had a lot of outlaws that went to other hoods. You had some that was like, I don't know what's going on, because, you know, honestly, nobody could get in contact with me. It was like for 3 years, I couldn't get no contact with nobody. Every time I got a letter in this administration, you know what I'm saying, when they read it, and they could, and if it was anything from another inmate, or they could depict that letter is an inmate talking, whatever, they was writing me tickets, or, you know, I wasn't just getting them. You know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of things was going on. So a lot of them was just falling back, going to other hoods or whatever. So when I came out the population, you know, I had to stand firm and did what I had to do. You know what I mean? And I seen a few of them that used to be under my hood or whatever that switched over. But at the time, my thing wasn't to be popping on them and doing this and doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I could deal with that later. I got to deal with the other shit that was going on. So keep all that in mind, right? So I'm home now. I'm in the street. I'm with the guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm around, you know, me, Deadeye, and all them. You know, it's no secret and everything. You know, shout out to the guys, you know, and majority of them that was in that Star Brim case, and, you know, we was all, you know, hanging together, and with that Deadeye case and all that, we was all around each other, hanging out for a long time. And, you know, I'm not gonna say who I had the conversation with or what happened, but, you know, people voted me to, you know, come back to the Army. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people felt that, you know, that was fucked up, what happened to me and everything, and niggas wasn't really jacking that, you know, but we was trying to, like, really build a family out here, you know, and everything. So motherfuckers like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's one of the elders, one of the founders. He out here, he brimming with all of us, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this official. Let's give him back his hood and whatever, whatever. So I had an opportunity to reopen Outlaw 20. But we was also in the talks to open it up East Homicide. So my decision to open up East Homicide, I chose to open up East Homicide. So a couple of people who I ain't gonna mention, you know, who was around, they was like, yo, Mel, well, why you open up East Homicide and not your hood? They was confused. I said, well, because for one, the situation with East Homicide happened first. And I really didn't really understand or knew what was going on or the politics of East Homicide, but I always liked East Homicide, you know, and I felt that being that, you know, even though East Homicide is not the first Brim hood, with, you know, 5'9" is, of course, but East Homicide was the first branch hood that founded NYBBA, and Outlaw 20 being the second. So my thing was, if we're gonna make NYBBA great, and we're gonna do this, whatever. We're gonna bring East Homicide back. You know what I'm saying? That's like motherfuckers trying to do something with non-trade, something like that. You can't do nothing with that. You understand what I'm saying? So I was like, on some honorable shit, let's bring the foundation back. We're gonna build that up. Take some time to build that up, and then once that's built back and everything, whatever, then I consider to, reopen up Outlaw 20. And one of the other reasons why I didn't open up Outlaw 20, because I felt like, honestly, like, motherfuckers abandoned me. You had those that love me, you had this, that, and the other, whatever. But a lot of dudes didn't put on. You know what I'm saying? I was left to put on by myself. Niggas know, you know what I'm saying, respectfully, niggas knew that all the politics was bullshit. It really wasn't no politics, and people still really can't tell you what that whole thing was about. But the fact that motherfuckers didn't stand with me, you know what I'm saying, that bothered me. Because even when you look at when the Hounds went with their situation, yeah, a lot of them flipped a couple of times, but most of them stood firm. And that's what one of the many things I love about the Mac Ballers, and I'm gonna speak about them too, is that regardless of everything that was going on with the army and niggas faded them, whatever, all right, a lot of them people in the state, in the Max, they, even though they overwhelmed and, it is what it is, whatever they go, the few of them that's still holding it down, them niggas is still, even though they might not be in the Max and everything, they still in medium, they still other places, and they still got a big impact out here in these streets. They still got a big impact out here on these streets. And a lot of these people in certain places of the city that used to be Outlaw 20, they either turned Mac Baller or turned Hound or did this or they did that. So I was hurt behind that. So I said, nah, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to deal with that right now. Let's build East Homicide up. But now you got to sit back and think about it. At this time, I ain't been in a circle amongst Brims, politicking, building, and everything, because remember that from that situation that happened all the way to the time I've been home, you know what I'm saying, Brims is the last thing that was around me, and that the issues that I was going through with Brims, right? So as I'm politicking, we growing up the hood. I'm working construction. I got a wife, got daughters, got a grandkid. This is what, my second, third year home. I'm still ain't right financially, now I gotta balance a lot of things out. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of the other people, they could be out, they outside all day, they sipping, they drinking, whatever. I couldn't really commit to being around them all the time. And, and this is when I started realizing that, maybe me doing that was wrong, because for one, I didn't really know East Homicide politics. I didn't know what was going on out in the streets, because it ain't like I was in contact with these dudes. So I'm like, damn. I started realizing, like, damn, maybe this wasn't the goodest, the brightest idea. So now I'm like, damn, well, now I got to structure something behind the wall, but who can I trust? So a couple of people behind the wall helped me. So they appoint a couple of people thinking they helping me out, whatever, which they are. But my thing was, Rome wasn't built in a day. So, I was taking my time, but for others, I was being, too slow. And, other people have had other motives. Like I said, there was a lot of other politics going on and everything, which I'm not really going to get into, because that's really not even here or near the part of the video. I'm not trying to expose none of that other, none of the other shit. I'm just speaking basically on why I chose to open up a hood that I never was a part of and everything, as opposed to reopening the hood that I founded, that dudes had once said was faded, and what I went through the situation with. So a lot of people started, you know, having ideas. You know, a lot of people was excited, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, that's all they know. A lot of people, that's their only hood. That's the only hood they ever rep it. They repped and everything. And as they rightful, you know what I'm saying, they feel ownership and they feel like, you know, well, I want to name it this. I want to do this. I want to do this. Boom, boom, boom. So, you know, we have meetings, you know, and stuff like that. But then things started going left when I couldn't make certain meetings or to learn what was going, a lot of other shit that was going on. And then, unbeknownst to me, behind the wall, somebody was put up on my lineup that when I was in Clinton was the one that pressed the button on me, which was Max B. That made me step back and like, hold up. This dude pressed the button on me when I was in Clinton, allegedly. But this is what he told me. He told me through the bars, because I'll get to that. So, y'all put him in my hood and give him position, helping me out, because, you know, that was the plan. We're going to do that. But you giving people position without me knowing, and then you give it to a person that pressed the button on me, and then y'all try to, you know, have us squash the beef and everything. That really didn't sit right at me at all. It really didn't sit right at me at all. Then it started giving me a different feeling. The feeling of the love that I thought I was starting to feel again with the Brim thing. After that, it became more of a, this ain't it. This ain't really it at all. This ain't really it, because, you know, me and Boy spoke on the phone. Me and Max B spoke on the phone. You know what I'm saying? He upstate. And he posted that came down. We posted that chopped it up, whatever. Which I knew he wasn't gonna come down, and I really wasn't gonna chop it up with him at all. You pushed the button on me. You know what I mean? That caused me, the police, to have me cuffed up, beating the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? Because you pressed the button on some shit that has something to do between me and Lacey, and you a fucking Mac baller, and you want to be like that. Disco on the other side. Disco ain't even pressing no motherfucking buttons or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the homie. That's the scrap. You know what I'm saying? But you want to make a name for yourself, or you want to get the Max involved, and you want to motherfucking press the motherfucking button on me. But then you want to turn around here and make this and get this person a position in the hood. You know what I'm saying? To help me build the hood. So after that, I started making certain decisions, and then certain decisions that I was making, a lot of people wasn't feeling. Unbeknownst to me, motherfuckers go up north to go see somebody. And that person that they went to see allegedly said like, yo, I don't really like the politics that was going on, and I ain't even gonna hold you. Mel don't even fit over there, and Mel should have never even did that or whatever to even, you know, open up that. He should have just dealt with his baby or did something on his own and not even fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? So basically, get at somebody, you know what I'm saying? Get at somebody else or whatever have you, and you hold that down as the GM, you know what I'm saying? Get at one of the homies, whatever. Mel can never be faded, nothing like that, whatever. But me and Mel gonna talk about, we open up the other joint, and we gonna do this and do that, boom, boom, boom. That way it don't be no smut or no, you know what I'm saying? There don't be no inner beefs or nothing like that or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? So I got the message. So at first, I'm sitting here thinking, so I'm in my feelings, so I'm mad because I really didn't understand what was being said. So maybe like 4 days, 5 days go by, maybe a week, not even a week went by, a few days went by. I jumped in the whip. Just got on the highway. I'm in the Bronx. No matter of fact, I'm in Harlem, I'm living in Harlem. on my way up north, I get a call. It's Pee-wee. Pee-wee like, yo, what's up? What you doing? What you doing, bro? I'm like, yo, I pulled over. I'm like, yo, I ain't even gonna hold you, man. Scar and downstate, right? Scar Brim and downstate, right? They're like, yeah, Scar Brim and downstate. I was like, yeah, I'm on my way to go downstate, go see Scar Brim. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on. He was like, yeah, I heard. He was like, where you at? I'm like, yo, I'm about to, I think I was on the FDR. I forgot where my destination was at. So Pee-wee was in Harlem too. He was like, yo, I'll meet you in downstate. Gangster. We hung up the phone, put on my music, blowing it down, driving it downstate. Get to downstate, chopping it up. Pee-wee pulls up. We jump out the V's, give each other hugs, dap it up and everything. You know what I mean? And me and Pee-wee going to downstate. You know, I'm jigged out. We all fly and everything. Put our money and everything inside of you know, they gave us a key, put everything inside the locker, cleared the mag, filled out the paperwork, boom. 10, 15 minutes later, they was like, yo, y'all can't come into the jail. Y'all can't come into the facility. So it was like, yo, why you can't come in the facility? Why we can't come into the facility? What's going on? They was like, because both of y'all been inside, y'all both been incarcerated inside downstate because they considered in downstate correctional facility on numerous occasions. Y'all was here numerous times, you know what I'm saying, different years and everything. So in order for y'all to visit anybody in here, y'all first got to get approved by the warden, you know, by the superintendent. Y'all got to get approved by the superintendent. Once the superintendent approved, y'all schedule the date y'all going to come on a visit, and that's how it's go. But if you was never incarcerated or you was never in the facility, like if you go somewhere else and you was never in that facility before or something like that, you know what I'm saying, then you won't have to go through the superintendent or nothing like that. But if you ever go to a prison that you was once incarcerated in and you was going to go see somebody, then you got to get pre-approval from the superintendent. So I'm like, all right, take my stuff out the locker, put the bread, everything back in my pocket, boom. Me and Pee-wee leave. So now I'm tight, you know what I'm saying? I'm tight, you know what I'm saying? So Pee-wee like, yo, let's go to Greenhaven. So I'm like, damn. He's like, yeah, I'm going to see, matter of fact, I'll go see my son in Greenhaven. So I'm trying to think like, damn, who in Greenhaven, who number I got in Greenhaven at the time, whatever. By the time my mom was on something else, whatever, I'm like, yo, Pete, yo, we, you know what I'm saying? I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for coming, boom, boom. But, you know, I'm going to burn it up and go back to the city. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go to the Bronx and all that. So he's all right. He's like, all right. And I just left. As a back thought, on the drive back, listening to my music, I'm like, yo, Mel, what the fuck is you doing? You moving backward. What the fuck is you doing? You a pillar of this shit and everything. What the fuck is you going up to go see people and doing all this? This is the ego and my pride talking. But the moral of it was, I could have still persisted, reopened Outlaw, you know what I'm saying, got everything going on, whatever. But on that drive back, I'm like, my heart is not in this shit. I could never realign and try to make right for a nation that snaked me. For a nation that snaked me. When I gave them my blood, sweat, tears, and years. I helped build one of the strongest, and at the time, the strongest blood fraction in New York City history. In amongst the UBN and the birth of the separate, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about with NYBBA. You know what I'm saying? At that time was the strongest movement. Hands down, respectfully. I wouldn't say it's that anymore, but at that time, definitely hands down. Hands down. To get snaked and then try to make things right. So people be wondering like, damn, well, why did you really do that, Mel? One of the other reasons why I even chose to entertain and put back on is because I wanted to smile. And all those that betrayed me, that didn't believe in me, that didn't stand 10 toes down with me, thought that I was through, thought that I was gonna get murdered, that I was gonna, you know what I'm saying, all this, that, and the other. Look, never got touched. Too many people love me. I held too many people down, B. And I realized, like, you know what I'm saying, I brought strength into that. That didn't bring strength into me. And when I went through what I went through, and I realized just how strong I was by myself, you know what I'm saying, my honor and respect kept me alive and kept me, you know what I'm saying, surrounded with individuals that I needed to be around and surrounded by. And a few of them within the last couple of months I've been in contact with. I sent a couple of dollars, I hollered at a couple of people and everything. I'm not even gonna say names or nothing like that because they still in the prison system. I don't want nobody to feel no type of way and they neutral and all that because they gonna do what they gonna do, but you know, I ain't say nothing then when it was in the midst and everything of who they was. I'm not gonna say then and who it is now. So I really wanted to smile. And everybody said, see, suck a motherfucker. Only thing I had to do is just weather the storm. Something that y'all couldn't do. All y'all niggas that I saved from getting stabbed or saved from catching a new charge because I felt it was bullshit and you was being used for something and everything. And when the odds was against me, y'all went with the odds. Yeah. That was one of the reasons why I say, yeah, I'm entertaining. But from the beginning, I was never going to be East Homicide for that long. Because like I said, I was going to eventually open up my hood. But after seeing that in that little bit of time, a little too old for that. And I outgrown all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really too real because I stand on certain things, you know what I'm saying? And people's not standing on certain things. You know what I mean? Respectfully. And that was like a gift and a curse for me because had that thing with Outlaw 20 wouldn't have happened, at that time, Outlaw 20 was one of the biggest Brim hoods. And I could have came home and assumed my position with them being out here doing whatever they could have doing, and I could have been in the Fed somewhere. So that was a blessing. Insanity is when you do the same things and expect different results. All right, I ain't gonna do it this way. Let me try to do it this way now. Or I ain't gonna do boom, boom, boom. Nah, I can do bad by myself. I don't need nobody to tear me down. We can't get money together. We can't build together. We ain't on the same page and everything like that. I got real people that I love still, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to the East Homicide. You know, y'all know what it is. It's all real. And nah. Thanks for tuning in to Kross TV Network. That's Kross with a K. 1.